I am Mackain. Keep watching Impact Voices. My name's Mackain. I am a technology innovator. I do smart home technology, and my hope is to get people to think outside of what the normal is in terms of homes and their electrical systems are concerned. I also hope that I'll get to make the world more inclusive, especially for persons with disabilities. Generally, we have our normal way of doing things, of home constructions, where things are placed in certain places where certain people cannot access. But I'm trying to bring everything to a place where people can easily access and be more independent. For example, someone on a wheelchair on a normal home setup will find it difficult reaching a switch. But if someone has to use their mobile phone to turn on the switch, they don't need external help to get through. So I'm just trying to get these things around the same area to make it easier for people to access and be independent. Plus, when you make things available for minority in general, you make them available for everyone else. So that's the perspective of the work I'm trying to do with smart homes. Impact to me means changing how we think, changing how we see problems, especially because generally we have a particular way of seeing problems from the way it has always been done. I am trying to make people think of problems slightly differently from how they usually would see it. Rather than break it down completely, you can modify it. So impact to me is causing people to think of problems differently because there are solutions out there. About 2 years ago, I started MC Smart Homes, which it's a platform I am trying to educate. And that came about because of problems that I saw working in a disability inclusive program. I noticed the kind of difficulties persons with disabilities faced on daily basis. Persons with disabilities normally would need a personal assistance to do just about everything. And so I thought I could be of help. They could be more independent. They could live a life of their own and not always needing people in their space. So I was thinking of what can I do? And I got to notice there are solutions, especially for a home. You know, someone's home is their ideal space. And if they always have someone there to do things for them, it's no longer ideal. They cannot be who they are in their space. So I was thinking of a way for people generally, but specifically persons with disability, to be able to live a fulfilled life, especially in their homes. And the second thing, which to me was a problem, was in our setting, we have generally a problem of energy, power. And smart homes are a form of ecosystem modification or kind of a solution to the degrading ecosystem which we have. And so I thought about this, and this is what smart homes do. Smart equipment help in energy efficiency. For example, normally you may forget to turn off your light when leaving your home, maybe because there was no electricity when you left. And that means that when electricity comes back, your light bulb will be on throughout till you come back. But if you're using smart equipment, you can give automations that say, if there is no movement in my living room, that means there is no one. And if there's no one, my light bulb should not be on. Thereby, that can turn off your light in maybe 5 minutes, and you not have to waste all that energy which could have been put into a different system. So smart homes does that. And being relatively a new concept, I thought the first way to get people to change how they do things is by telling them what these things do. And so I started a YouTube channel just to let people see different stages of a smart home, what these devices do, and how helpful they could be to an ordinary civilian. Because I've had questions from people who wonder, this looks very Western. are you sure this can work in Cameroon with our funny internet, our funny electricity situation? And doing that was a means of showing people it is possible. So I do this in the same space I live. So if you know me and you know where I live, you see my video, you would know it's the same space. And if you see it work, then you can say, all right, this is very applicable for our setting. So I have been doing this and trying to see how much interest people have, but more especially if people are changing the way they think about the problems, especially when I do videos that are particular to persons with disabilities, because they are mostly the people who are looked down, who don't have the kind of opportunities everyone else has. And I am trying to let people know these devices can help them be more independent. And if you have ever looked at a person with disabilities life and you see how much their personal life affects those of others, you would work hard for them to be independent, because it has a crippling effect on everyone else around them. You would have to give up what you have to do, a very productive thing, to be there for someone who is on a wheelchair, who cannot do things by themselves. So I am trying to showcase this thing for people to see it is practical. First, it helps with energy. Second, it helps persons with disabilities be more independent. And the last is, it's luxury, which we all like. It's so much fun. Sometimes I play in my house with home gadgets like toys. No, sometimes I say I didn't have toys growing up, so now I have my own toys to play with. MC Smart Homes is not just for YouTube, it's a company, and we are trying to help people live out that dream of having smart homes. So we try to do that, and we'll be starting a training program, an elementary training program for beginners, because it's in phases, because smart cities is the goal, but it has to start with a home. A smart city would mean that goes out of an individual to a state, because smart cities will mean smart power grids, where the energy I don't use in my house can be relaunched into the power grid and distributed to someone else. So that is what it is. But for now, we have videos on YouTube, so people can know what these things does, and maybe consider which of these appliances would best fit your setting, because a smart home is not same for everyone. What you want, what your lifestyle is, would mean you have a complete set of things that will fit your lifestyle. My lifestyle may be different from yours, so you need something else to make your smart home. But that would teach people how to what to consider if they want to get a smart home. But especially for persons with disabilities, it's a call, because this would help persons with disabilities more, but they are the ones who are more likely not to know about it. And so we are trying to get information out to everyone in accessible formats, so people with disabilities can know it is possible and be able to access these things just like everyone else. And I would advise anyone who wants to dare into this is be passionate about it. First of all, be passionate about it. It is new, and if you want to break through in this, you have to really be passionate. Be willing to go out of your way and do the things you have not done before. This is very new to Cameroon, and it takes a lot. You have to put in a lot of hours to be able to give a solution to every particular person, because their solutions are different based on who they are and what their lifestyle is.